Hi guys, it's Nancy. Hope you're doing awesome. Happy Monday. Welcome to my two-part craft box reveal. I will show you at the very end what we're going to start on for tomorrow, but we're going to work on the base first, okay? So when you get here, type the word window and check your messages. If it says was live right there, that means you caught the replay. You can still do the same. Type the word window and check your messages. It's going to give you all the information you need to get my October craft box. I'm so excited. I worked on it last night. Jace was like, what are you doing in here? And I said, this is what I'm doing in here. So this is very large. It's 16 inches tall. This is going to be the base of everything that we're going to do for our craft box. Hi, Lena. Hi, Lori. How are you? We're going to start by painting everything with espresso, okay? And that'll be super quick. Hi, Rochelle. How are you? This, like I said, is my mystery craft box. Not mystery craft box, but my October craft box. Hi, Amanda. Thank you all who voted or commented on the morning post about what it could be. I've got all your names up until just before I went live. In the wheel of names, we're going to do some happy mail. So that person, whoever wins, is going to get happy mail, but also you are going to get free shipping on this box if you decide to purchase it. You do not have to, but if your name is pulled, you're also going to get free shipping. So I'm going to take, there are two sections that look exactly the same. We're going to stack these. So I really just need to paint one of these, okay? Do you see how there are two of the same? You really only need to paint one because we are going to glue these two together. And actually, we're going to glue all of those onto this, but we're going to paint that also. And I'm really doing more of a stain with espresso. It's a very wet brush and a little tiny bit of chalk paste. That's going to give you a stained look with this color. You guys know I love it. Of course, you can paint yours any way you want. It's going to go this way on here. How's everybody doing today? Hope it's all good. Hi, Linda. Hello, hello. And we're going to paint this part the same. Oh, did I do my... I did not. Let me say that I'm live. So I just sent out my notifications. But you should also get those in my broadcast channel too. Here I am. Hello, hello. I had a pretty good day for a Monday, to be honest. That's good. Let me know how your day was going. Thank you for the hearts and the thumbs up and all the things. Hi, Mary Ann and Susan and Cindy. Hello, everybody. Hope you're good. Okay, we're going to paint this part, even though we really don't need to do the whole thing. We're going to. At least the whole top. Thanks for the sprinkle. I appreciate you. So thank you for voting. Almost everybody said Santa sleigh. Good guess. It was a very close-up picture. Hi, Deborah. How are you? Good afternoon, Linda. How are you? Again, the more water you use, the thinner your stain will look. It'll look a little lighter. I actually don't mind if it's two-toned here. You can always give it a second coat if when it dries it is too light. Thanks for the hearts. Hi, Brenda. Just the usual Monday, cleaning after all the rain. We needed a little. Well, that's awesome. I'm glad. What do I want to say? I'm glad that you got a little cleaning done if that's what you needed. You're also going to get these really thin pieces. Don't get rid of them. You're going to need these in your craft box, okay? So there are two of each length. You only need to paint the top one because we are going to glue them together. Oh, Cindy, you know what? I'm sorry you're having a migraine. I'm going to tell you, I don't get headaches too often. Almost never. And I had the worst, it wasn't, I don't get migraines, I guess, but I had a sinus headache yesterday is what I would say. To where I take Tylenol, and then again today. In our area, the weather guy said ragweed was really up, so I'm wondering if it's just allergies. Thanks, Janet. Nancy, your blouse is very pretty for the fall. Thank you, Rochelle. Appreciate you saying that. Hi, Lena. Thank you for the sprinkles, my friend. It helps me grow. I do appreciate you for that. Okay, so I think we've got 3 of these little skinny ones painted. Oops. I'm just setting these little ones aside. And that I don't need to paint. Okay, perfect. Okay, now let's work on this. And again, we're going to give this, those we're going to leave stained color. This, we're going to do a little crackle, you guys. I have not done a crackle effect in so long. I figured let's do it for this. Now for this craft box, you guys, we are doing Christmas themed. That's true. Obviously, the picture had Santa in it, so that was no surprise there. But this is going to be interchangeable, and there will be add-ons for this. So this is why I wanted to do this in 2 parts. So you can get, I'll have a video for just the base. And then that way you can refer to it if you decide Christmas isn't your jam and you want to get whatever the next season is. Then you'll still have this video. This will be posted on my YouTube page. Anyway, you'll see how to put it together or how I put it together. But you will be able to do add-ons for this as long as you don't permanently glue the pieces in, if that makes sense. Yay, Lois, I'm so glad. I got a glimpse of October Club. It is so cute. It sure is. Hi from Vermont. How cold is it there? Crafting All Craft Show Saturday. Well, good luck. I was saying about the headaches that I had one again today, which is weird. Again, not usually my thing, but I think Janet asked what it is. This is you're gonna see, this is the base for our craft box for this month, for October. And I'm doing it in 2 stages because if you miss what I was saying, and I will give you a sneak peek at the end of what we'll finish tomorrow, because I don't want you guys to have to be on here for an hour and a half. But this way you'll see the base. You can, I am taking pre-orders like I always do. So if you're connected to me in some way, just type the word window and check your messages. All the details are there. Anyone connected to me will be able to do a pre-order before it goes live on Etsy on the 1st. Yes, Mary, on the 1st, you'll be able to purchase a craft box on my Etsy shop. You absolutely will be able to. I just do pre-orders because I have a limited quantity. I do pre-orders for all my club members and Perks members and such. But on the 1st, you'll be able to grab it from Etsy for sure. If you want to be reminded when, I think it's all in the message, but if you're not one of those people and you want it or you want to be reminded when it goes live on Etsy on the 1st, usually 9 a.m. or sooner on the 1st, I will send you a message with the direct link to the craft box and you can grab it off of Etsy as long as there are some available. As long as there are some available. But anyway, type the word window and check your messages, and all the details should be in there. If it's not clear, just send me a question, send me a message, all the things. Hi, Denise. How are you? This part actually, I was debating on the way home. I'm like, maybe I can do the whole thing at once. We'll see. I don't want to rush it because I don't want to be stressed at the end. So we're just going to do this part today. And tomorrow I will be live. I said 3:45 in my post, but I'm actually live at 4. It's a little different this week because Craft Around the Clock, it's a little different process this week. So that's why I got confused. So tomorrow, 4 p.m. Central, we'll do the rest of it. And then you'll be able to grab it on Etsy on the 1st. Or if, like I said, you can grab it early, pre-order if you're connected to me. Okay, what are we gonna do here? We're gonna dry this. And we're gonna get our crackle medium and do that. Hi, Sandy Bullard. Hi, Robin. I'm glad you're here. Hi, Marcia Dean. Okay, let's get this dry. I have been organizing in my craft room a little bit, which is a little bit surprising because I always want to organize, but I never have time. Excuse me. Thank you for the hearts. I rarely have time. But I don't know, I squeezed some time in and got a little bit done. I've got more to do, but I gotta do it when I can do it. You guys, this is, I'm gonna say, the best craft box I've done. It's gonna be the best one. It's so cute that I made my husband turn off the football game last night and just look at it all put together. I said, but look at how cute this is. He was fine. Okay. These are kind of two-tone. I might wipe this back a little bit. Or do this one a little darker. Actually, it doesn't matter because we're going to paint over it. Did you rearrange your room? The bed is on the other side. No, I didn't rearrange the room, Brenda. I just don't have my camera flipped because we're not doing any words today. Everything's backwards. So you probably see some words behind me that are backwards. So no, the bed is still over there. It's just when I flip my screen, it looks like it's not. Hi, Wendy. Hey, Mary, I'm telling you, this is adorable when it's done. I mean, I didn't do it painted, but even unpainted, it's adorable. All right, so what we're going to do, just to kind of, you don't have to listen to my hair dryer going too much. We're going to add the crackle to this, and then we'll put together the base, and then we'll finish this. All right, so I am drying my brush just a little bit because I just washed my brushes right before I went live because that's what I do. Now this, if you type the word window, there will be a link to the chalk paste that I use in this crackle medium. It's on my chalk site. Let's hope I can open it. Do you have any nutcrackers for sale on your site? Barbara, yes, there is it's called Sugar Plum Fairies. They pair with, I almost had this open and then it didn't open. You guys. They pair with the transfer called Sugar Plum Fairies. It's actually behind me, this pink one. Oh, you goodness, you guys. I should have had Jace open this for me last night. I have not opened this since the last time I did crackle, which was some time ago. I may have to break this lid. Hang on. Oh my goodness. Hang on. I have it crosswise on here. So we're going to have to try to get this baby off. Otherwise, here, wait. Let's try it again. Oh, you guys. Seriously? This is a problem. And I've got arthritis in my thumb, so it makes it even harder. Oh my goodness. Yay! Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, so honestly, the only reason this was hard to get off is because I had the lid on crooked. Don't do that. Okay, so what we're going to do with Crackle Medium, what you want to do is just clear. If you've never tried it, it's from Dixie Belle. You know what, let me lay down a piece of cardboard. Oh no, we can put it on this. I just want to get a place to set it. You want to put this, it's kind of like a jelly-like. Okay, you want to put it on and you want to let it dry. So if you've ever done Crackle before with Mod Podge or school glue or whatever, with Crackle, you don't want to let it dry, right? You want to put your paint on top of it when it's wet. But with Crackle Medium, I don't know why it works, but it does. You want to put it on. You want it to dry. And then you want to paint over it. Is how it works. So like I said, this is from Dixie Belle, but Chalk partnered with them, and now it's on my Chalk site. Hi, Karen. Thank you for the sprinkles. And you don't really need to overwork it. Just, it's going to look shiny like this. Okay. And I am purposefully not going to do the very bottom of this. So from here down is going to be inside our base here. So I'm only going to do a little bit of this because I'm going to tell you what, these are a tight fit. And I don't want to add like too much paint or too much whatever. So you see how I'm leaving like a gap at the bottom just so that it will go down in the sleeve. So we're going to set this aside and let it dry over here. So we're going to do both of these. Hi, Beverly. I'm good. Hi, Kim Daniels. Hit on the side of your neck. What? No, now I got it on my face because you said something. What? What is on the side of my neck? Something? I don't see anything. What are you saying is on the side of my neck? Oh, on the side of your desk. I don't know what you mean, Kim. Sorry, I don't know what you're saying. Tap on the edge of your table. Why am I doing that? I'm sorry, what are you guys saying? Sorry, somebody clarify me what happened. I know I dripped some, but what are you talking about? What do you mean? Somebody said my neck, my desk, things are happening. But I guess I missed what you were talking about. So anyway, while you explain that, because I don't know what I missed, we're going to just put this Crackle Medium all over this is like a window, basically, which will create the base of so many different projects. But we're going to do a Christmas one for this month's craft box. I do have a fly that's being super annoying. Is that what you're talking about? To break this. Oh. Yeah, no, it wasn't that. It was more that I had it on. Thank you, guys. I didn't know what that was about. Now I know what you were trying to help me. Thank you, which you usually are. I just had the lid on crosswise, and then of course this is sticky, right? So that didn't help. It didn't help, but let's get this on. I honestly don't know how this crackle works or why it works the way it works. I understand the Mod Podge method easily, makes sense. This one, I'm not sure why it crackles. There's something, I don't know. It's just a chemical reaction, I guess. Thank you, Linda. Now I get it. Now I see what people are saying. The comments are so delayed, you guys, that by the time they come through on our end on Facebook, it sometimes just doesn't even make sense to where we are. But thank you. Appreciate it. All right, we're going to get all this on. Set it aside, and then we're going to work on putting the base together. You just want to put, it goes on pretty, to me it feels like it goes on pretty thick. But that's just because it's sort of like jelly, if you've never tried this before. You can do the crackle method any way you like, of course. If you prefer to use Mod Podge and all the things, do that. We're going to set this aside to dry. Okay, we probably will have to dry it a little bit. Man, my hand hurts after doing that. Woo! Okay, so it might help if after you've used it, clean up your edges. This is probably good for Mod Podge or any sticky thing. Clean up your edge and then put this on. But put it on straight. See, it's still not. Whatever, I'll fuss with this later. We'll fuss with it later. Okay, let me show you how this goes together. So you have 3 pieces to your base, okay? We're going to put it together like this. So I'm going to use wood glue, as I always do. You can use whatever you like, but wood glue is going to definitely be, thank you guys. Wood glue is definitely going to be your best option to keep this together forever and ever and ever, okay? If you use hot glue, it's only going to be temporary. Okay, and then I'm going to just do my best to get it somewhat in the center. And it does have a little play to it while it dries. So we're just going to put this on. And then the key is you want these holes to line up the exact same as these holes, okay? Because basically it's going to be double deep, which is just going to provide, because this is tall. It's like 16 inches tall. So it's going to provide some stability for when we put our other pieces in. Okay, so I'm going to make sure I line this up, and I don't want too much glue in the pockets there, if any. You just want to get this as even as possible. Your glue will dry clear, so don't worry about that if any peeks through. Okay, and so right now I think, so this is what your base should look like, okay? You're going to have double height here, and then 1 here on the bottom, okay? That's what this will look like. And then we're going to do, actually, let's do this. Okay, and then remember all these skinny little pieces? What you're going to do is make a little shelf, a little, I don't know if shelf's really the right word, but you're going to put the long one in front of the long one and the short ones in front of the short ones with your wood glue right at the front. I really don't want a ton of glue hanging in here. Okay, and this is going to create some stability because the pieces are quite tall, all right? So I'm gonna, obviously the unpainted one will go on the bottom, and then your painted one will go on the top. So whatever you decide to do your base, that's what this color should be, okay? I mean, unless, if you want it to stand out, then get a different color. That's fine. You can totally do that. I'm just cleaning up my glue on the back side. Trying to get this even, okay? So see how that sits up just like this? And when this is dry, it will keep your pieces from leaning forward and all of that. Okay. And then we're just gonna do the same thing in front of each of these, okay? These are super skinny, but still wood glue. Plain one on the bottom. And we'll do all the plain ones and then all the other ones. And then we're gonna do our wheel of names to see who's gonna win some Happy Mail from me. Last week it was Vicki, and Vicki, yours went in the mail today. All right, let me know if you have any questions at all. I'm trying to do my best to explain step by step. That way, when you refer back to this video, you'll know exactly how to put all the pieces together. Okay, and then the painted ones go on top. Paint, stain, whatever you decide to do. So then this will create a nice little ledge. Okay. Just like this. Just like this. And this is the last one. And then we're going to give this a minute to line up. Whoops. Okay, and I like to do this. I like to just take a little paint brush and clean up any like oozing out glue. It will dry clear, but this is just what I like to do because I don't like it running out. But like I said, it will dry clear. I've tested it multiple times, just like this. Okay? So this is how it should look. I'm going to show it to you sideways and in the front like this. Like I said, this glue will dry clear, so I know it doesn't look great right now, but it will clear up. Okay? Hopefully that makes sense. All right, now let's do our wheel of names from this morning. Let's do our wheel of names. I'm gonna flip over. And like I said, anyone that commented this morning on my morning post about today got in here. We're gonna shuffle it up. And you're going to get Happy Mail, and then you get free shipping if you choose to order the box. No pressure if you don't want to, but it's just something I'm going to offer you. You just have to go through me, not through Etsy. All right, and my winner is Mary Hardy. It's you. Woohoo! Thank you, Mary. Mary, send me your email and your mailing address, and then I will get you some Happy Mail. And then, like I said, if you want the box, you will get free shipping. Look at you. Look at you winning free shipping. This is my paste order. Mary H. Okay, so send me your info and you'll get something fun for me. Okay, let's get back our stuff over here. I'm sure it's hard to tell, to be quite honest, when this is dry, because it is shiny, okay? I think this might be even closer to being dry than the other one. So we're gonna just do a low temperature heat tool and move this process along. But it does dry glossy. Why is my screen so dark? Yeah, it's definitely not. It takes a little bit of time to dry, but then your crackle goes just like that. All right, I'm going to turn this on loud, so just give me a second. You know how much I love to wait. I zero love to wait, so that's the thing. We're going to get it as dry as we can. I'm going to dry this over this, and maybe it'll go faster. Oh, I see. It dries shiny, but you definitely can tell where it's dry and where it's not. So right here is dry, right here is not. That makes sense. Okay. I just want to make sure I can tell when it's dry. Let me know in the comments if you've used the crackle medium before or not. Maybe I did this one first. I don't know if this is a mistake to have this so hot or not, but I'm cranking it up because I am impatient. Because I can see that it's dry here, but not like in all the spots. Sorry guys, it takes a minute. Oh, thank you, Mary. You're welcome. I'm glad you like them. They bring me a lot of joy to do. I get a feeling this crackle might take a minute. Nikki. Hi, Sissy. Why isn't my comments working over here? Hang on, let me refresh, because I can see them there, but I can't. I have not used Crackle Medium yet. I haven't done any Crackle. Well, it might not be your vibe, and you totally do not have to do Crackle with this. It's just the way I thought it would look good. You could just paint it, and it's going to look great however you want to do it. Like I said, this is just one idea. What I would do if I was not live is I would paint this, go make dinner, and come back. That's what I would do. And then it would be ready for you to paint over. We got to give this one edge, and then this one will be ready to paint. Beverly, how are you? I hope you're doing good, Beverly. All right, I think this will probably be good. Thanks for the sprinkles, Sissy. I do appreciate you very much. Okay, we're going to let this marinate because I'm tired of doing that. And this is pretty dry. It's not 100%, but it's good enough. We're going to take vanilla chalk paste. I'm going to use a very thin amount of paint. I'm going to make sure my brush is nice and dry. Good, I'm glad you're good. Okay, and this is the Crackle part. So I'm going to get a little bit of paste on my brush, and we're just going to paint over using very light brush strokes here. You don't really want to overdo it. But as your paste dries, it will begin to crackle. And I say that, but again, have not done this in a really long time. Is it doing it? It's doing it. Okay, good. I'm whispering because I'm like, is it going to work? Now you can do black underneath if you want a real dark crackle, but you can already see right in here, it's already starting to crackle. Okay, so I'm just gonna hold this up and paint. Like I said, you don't want to overwork it. But basically, I want this to look like an old window pane. And I think it works really well with the chalk paste because it dries super quickly. It is crackling very much. It's super cool, Debbie. This is a cool medium to use. If you've ever struggled with the crackle effect with Mod Podge, this kind of makes it a no-brainer. And then remember, I'm going to kind of purposefully avoid the bottom of this. It doesn't mean it won't fit. I just know that that it's a really tight fit when we put all this together, okay? So we're gonna let this dry and work on this one. See how it's, I'm gonna try to show you. I'm gonna hold it up close so you guys can see some of the crackle. That's just the line separating. You can do thicker coats of paint if you want bigger crackle marks. That's totally up to you. I am doing a thinner coat, but you can do it however you like. And then you can always speed it up by using your drying tool also, if you like, okay? And I am notorious for getting paint on my edges. So you know we're gonna clean that up at the end, right? We're just gonna, I'm taking vanilla. Again, you can do any color. You could do black as your base. Typically with crackle, you wanna have a dark base and a lighter top coat, okay? You don't have to do it that way, but that's kind of what makes the crackle show up a little better. Okay, now this piece where it's real flat down here is going to be the bottom part. We're going to layer these two pieces on top of each other and probably glue them together, I guess, is what we're going to do. But I'll show you how they go together before we do all the gluing and all the things. Because this is going to be the base of all, not all your projects, but like I said, there will be add-ons. So you want to make this part kind of neutral. If you want to get another add-on, another base and not make it neutral, then paint this however you want, okay? All right, I think, perfect. All right, we got it just the way I want it. You've never used it, but it is so good. You should try it. You really should try it. I've done it with Mod Podge a ton. And it works great with Mod Podge, but to me, this is easier. It always works with this. Sometimes, once in a blue moon, it doesn't work with Mod Podge. So the crackle medium, it always works with the crackle medium. Okay, now what I want to do is, this is going to go on top like this. This is how your window's going to look. So the one with all the windows at the bottom, the two windows goes on the top like this. Now what I want to do is just super quick clean up my paint. Tell me I'm not the only person that paints on the edge when you're not supposed to. Okay, I'm just gonna clean up the edges. And you know what I do. Take my little black marker and clean that up. Okay, so they're not glued yet, but now this is what the instructions say, to glue them together and then stick them in. I don't really recommend that. I'll show you how I recommend to do it. Because when I went to put these together, they're very snug, and I think it's a little easier if you put in one and then put in the other one. Okay, so what we might do is just glue it once we get it in the frame. Okay. So this is just making your edges black again. And I can always clean up more later. I don't need to do it all right now, I guess. But will I do it later? Maybe not. This is the time. The time is now. All right, get that cleaned up in the corners. And right there. Hi, Florine. All right, well, I can clean up more later, but that's how it looks, okay? So this is how it will go in the base, and then I'll show you a little peek of what we're going to put together tomorrow, okay, for the rest of the craft box. Okay, so what I suggest is sliding this in to the base in the back, and then sliding this in front of it, okay? And this because they fit very, very snugly. Hold on, let me just do it this way. Hold, please. Did that work or not? Hang on. 1 and then 2 is what I did last time. There we go. Got them in. I'm telling you, super snugly. Lena, thank you. Oh, what is my problem here? Okay. So we've got these in, all the way in, okay? And then what I will do is just sneak some glue in here. And then clip it. Once it's already in the base, okay? Then let me show you, there are 3 slots, okay? Let me show you the awesome things that we're gonna put in front that we will not glue in, it will not be permanent, okay? Let me just show you. Once I glue that, that will stay, okay? So see how tall this is? So here's 12 inches and it's about 16 inches tall, okay? Let me show you this the amazing things for tomorrow, okay? There is a tree, and the tree has separate pieces, okay? So you don't have to do the base, you'll just do this part, okay? These are all separate pieces. You get this piece, which is basically like a long, I don't know what you would call this, holly leaves. We'll go here. Or here, you decide. And your Santa will go right in the middle. Isn't he adorable? You guys, hit the heart button for me. Isn't he so cute? We will put this guy and these 2 together tomorrow. But I wanted you to have this video so you could see our frame, how cool it is. And like I said, there will be add-ons for it other months. For you to change this part out, okay? All right, guys, thanks for hanging out with me. I so appreciate you all. Thank you so much. I hope you love it. I cannot wait to put it all together. I'm so excited, but you know, it's been a bit. All right, thanks, guys. Have a great night. Bye, everybody.